Hey, good morning, friends. It's Terrific Tuesday. Another week. Who is ready? I'm ready. I've been working on baby blankets. One of my favorite things in the whole wide world to work on. And they are just turning out so pretty. I have 3 of them that I've finished in the last I want to say 3 or 4 days. I've been on a roll, friends. I'm going to make another one this morning. These baby blankets I'm going to be giving to Rachel's Gift, rachelsgift.org. And it's a great organization that helps with bereavement when a family loses an infant. And it's just a very sad time. And so these will go into little gift boxes at the hospitals for stillborn, infant death, and things like that. So it's kind of touching. It's a little, as I think about it, I get a little like kind of choked up a little bit. But I just thought it was a nice way to, possibly help out. They are in need of blankets right now. So, anyhow, good morning, everybody. We're going to be working on baby blankets. I think maybe twice this week we'll work on baby blankets. But this pattern that I'm doing is the study of snow. And this is by Mikey at the Crochet Crowd. This yarn right here I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. Such a pretty yarn. It is called Parcel and Bow. Parcel and Bow. It's got all the pretty colors with it. And that one got a few flavors going on here, folks. Bear with me. And I'm having a heck of a time seeing my camera or my tablet this morning for comments. So um, if I missed your comment, I rearranged a little bit and now I can't see. Anyhow, I love this yarn. Really, really pretty, but it's called Parcel and Bow is the colorway. Parcel and Bow. So that is what this one looks like worked up. And I used Red Heart White, but you can see how pretty it is. Then I did another colorway. Move this one to the back here. This one I worked on, was it last week when I went on with Maggie? This one's really pretty also. This one is Karen 1 pound. And this is a baby yarn that they have. I don't remember the name of it. But it's definitely Karen 1 pound. And then I used Red Heart White. So that's what this one is. And then this one kind of has more of a green to it. I don't know if I like this. So I'm curious what people think of this one. But it definitely has the pink and blue and yellow. But to me, it feels very greenish. That could all be in my mind. I don't really know. So this one is Premier Basics Multi, and this is the colorway Lullaby. But see how green it is? I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get another skein of this. It's pretty, but I don't know if it's my favorite. I really, really like the Parcel and Bow. I really like that colorway. Now, here's the thing. I thought I could maybe get away with one skein, and one skein for each of these was not enough. This one has 245 yards, and I got all the way to the end, and I literally needed like this much more for a row of double crochet. So I had to dip into my second skein. I had purchased two. So this one isn't a full skein. So I think I can still get another baby blanket out of this. I'm just going to change up the structure of how I do the pattern. Still the same pattern, just a different way. Same thing with the Parcel and Bow. Parcel and Bow has 252 yards. So it had a few more yards, but coincidentally, when I worked it up, it was still missing. I think this one was missing like this much. I didn't have enough. So same thing. I had purchased two skeins, but I'm going to have to like improvise for the second blanket because I used and it still won't be enough. And then Lullaby, I think I have enough of this one or the the Karen yarn. So let me get these straightened out in my lap so that I can actually do some crocheting today. But I hope everybody had a fabulous weekend. Your YouTube is angled a little down. Okay, let me try to adjust it, Lindsay. I rearranged a little bit in my recliner here. So let me see if I can raise this up. It feels like TikTok might be a little close too. Okay. Is that any better, Lindsay? Try that. Let's see. TikTok, is that? I think I'm going to be crocheting right here. Let's do a little hand check. Hand check. I think that's good for TikTok. I like yeah, Paloma, I like the Hobby Lobby colorway better. Hey, Kate, good morning. Queen 530, good morning. Karina is here. I really like this one. I think if I purchase more, I'll probably purchase the I love this yarn. I like it. I'm not a huge supporter of Hobby Lobby, but I love their yarn, and so sometimes I have to just look past the other issues for the yarn. But I love this yarn, and it is the colorway Parcel and Bow. So it's a really pretty yarn. Anyhow, y'all, I can't see my tablet. I got to try to rearrange here. I can't see comments. Something is not right here. Let's try this. There I can kind of see the comments a little better. This is what happens when I rearrange. I should just leave things alone. But I wanted to add another table here next to me, just to kind of get things situated. Mom and Papa Wheeler left out yesterday. They spent the night in Arkansas, and they'll be back on the road. Jennifer said she made one so far as well. Did you make one for? Um, these blankets are going to go to Rachel's gift. They're really small, guys. Um, but Jennifer, did you make one for Rachel's gift as well? I've made 3. Give me 1 second, Lindsay, and I'll work on the camera again. So it is like 21 inches. That's what they asked for, was 21 inches. Let me messed up the whole. Oh no, here we are back. Okay, sorry. Let's try this again. I hit a button. I'm going to crochet like right in here. It still feels a little low. Oh, friends. Life would be so much easier without all this technology stuff. Okay, so anyhow, they're about 21 inches. Paloma, we did the subscriber giveaway last Monday or Tuesday, excuse me, Tuesday, and the winner was just a Gen X girl. Marcia, you said the camera is still off. It looks good here. Can you confirm that you can see it now? Anyhow, a little bit of housekeeping, friends. I posted a video that is for celebrating the 1 month anniversary on TikTok. And if you watch that video, you will see that there is going to be a giveaway. In order to be entered, you need to like the video and comment on the video. Okay, so make sure you're commenting on that video. I posted it. My 1 year anniversary was Saturday, going on TikTok. It is still off. I can see it totally fine. Jen, are you here this morning? Can you go on my YouTube and tell me? Like, I can see my hand on my YouTube. I'm still not sure why they're saying it's off. You can't see the whole blanket. I'm going to crochet right here. In my hands are going to be right here. So, um, I guess we just need to start crocheting and then it'll be all right. Cindy, good morning. Jennifer, April, good morning. Said my favorite yarn. I know, isn't it pretty? Good morning, Kelly. Karen, good morning. Sherilyn is here. Nikki, good afternoon from the UK. Good afternoon or good morning from the US. Hey, MJ, how are you? Good morning. Just a Gen X girl is out walking the dog this morning. Nice. Jody is here. Debbie, good morning. Uh, Tanya, good morning. How are you, friend? Buenos dias, Paloma. Everybody, welcome in. Melody is here. Everybody is here. Val Blocks. Appreciate everybody being here. Miss Betty asked a great question. She said, "What is Rachel's Gift?" And Rachel's Gift is an organization that when babies are stillborn at the hospital or infant death at the hospital, they give a little um, box to, it's like a bereavement box to the family, and they help with all of providing some options for arrangements and whatnot. And so they are in need of boxes. I put a link on the link tree to rachelsgift.org. They're based in Georgia. They serve right now 22 hospitals across the United States. And so they do have a presence nationwide. They ask that the baby blankets be in pastel colors, and they have to contain both blue and pink in the colorways, and no solid yellow. They have to be kind of these pastel colors. But there's, different options available for pastel yarns. And anyhow, they posted on Facebook, like, I don't know, a week and a half ago or something, that they were low on blankets and could use a little support with blankets. And Georgia's fairly close to me here. So I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and whip up a few baby blankets to send to them. I made 3 in the last 3 days. And anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and start a 4th blanket again this morning. I'm doing all the same pattern just so I don't really have to do a lot of thinking. I just want to kind of whip these out kind of quick. But they are based in Georgia. It's called Rachel's Gift, and that's where you send the blankets to. There's an address on the website, and I put links on the link tree. So the pattern that I'm making this morning, along with all these others that I've made, is the study of snow. You guys know I dearly love this pattern from Mikey at the Crochet Crowd. And I just feel like it's a really beautiful pattern, especially when worked up with the baby yarns. And so, what I'm going to do on this one, as I mentioned before, I didn't have enough yarn to finish this, so I had to dip into my second skein. And the way that I'm going to work this second blanket to try to save enough yarn is I'm going to do this very center right here, white. Okay. So this little part right here, I'm going to do in white. When we did the first one, what we did is we did the color in this section here. I'm going to invert that. So instead of color being in this section right here, I'm going to do color right here in this smaller section, this little section right here. Then for this big expanse here, I'm going to do white. And then again here where we did the little puff stitch in white, this time I'm going to do that in color. And then out here towards the outer edge when we have our big section where I did the color, again, I'm going to do that white. So I think what that will do is it will give me enough yarn in the color to finish up another baby blanket and not have to buy another skein. So the way that I start this pattern, I start with a magic ring. You could also start with a chain of 3 or 4, a little loop, and then into that I work 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. And I do that a total of 4 times. So in each of the corners is a chain of 2. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and we're going to do a little framework around this very center. And the way we do this is we do a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Then I'm going to put a single crochet in the top of each stitch. And I'm going to work that around. The second row is also worked the same, where we do single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and then continue working that around. So I think it'll turn out kind of nice. Let me angle this up a little bit. So right, what I do when I finish the last chain space here, I go ahead and I slip stitch to the next corner here. And then I'm going to do a single crochet, chain 2, and then single crochet right back down in. And then into each of these stitches, there's 3 across the top, I do a single crochet. Now, friends, this pattern is called the Study of Snow. It is by Mikey at the Crochet Crowd. You can find this pattern on Yarnspirations or on Mikey's website. He also has a full YouTube tutorial. And I put links to all of that on the link tree as well. So you could definitely check it out if you're interested in making this pattern. It was not designed as a baby blanket, okay? It was designed in a bulky 6-weight yarn. And I just think it is a beautiful pattern worked up with all sorts of different yarns. This is what the pattern looks like. It's called the Bernat Study of Snow by Mikey at the Crochet Crowd. As I mentioned, you can get it off Yarnspirations. He did this with a Bernat blanket, which is a 6 bulky weight. Today, I'm using a size 4 worsted weight yarn. And I am going to um, TikTok is doing this weird thing. 21 comments were sent in the last 5 minutes. Why is it doing that, I wonder? Are you guys seeing that also? Like, okay, thank you, TikTok. We can see the comments. They're keeping tabs on us, friends. They're keeping tabs of how many comments were sent. Anyhow, I'm using a 4 worsted weight yarn, 100% acrylic, and I'm using a size I9 hook. Excuse me. Now, there are full written directions and there is also a diagram. So we'll get into reading this diagram in a little bit. But basically, we started with a magic ring, or you can start with a chain of 4. That's what this illustrates here, the little chains. You come to your legend and look, there's a little dot right here, which is the slip stitch. Then we did 3 double crochets, the T's that have the hatch marks. You come over here to the legend, those are double crochets. And then here's the corner, chain 2. You have to remember when you look at diagrams, this is like a slice of the pie. So there's basically 4 quadrants. He's just showing one side of that quadrant. And now we're doing these single crochets right here. So in the corner, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Now I'm going to do a single crochet in the top of each of these 3 stitches. And then again into the corner, single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet. And now here along the top, we need our 3 single crochets. Queen said, I wonder if that's, or Gen X said, I wonder if the lives were glitched, why the lives were glitchy. I don't know. They must be changing stuff because they didn't used to put on there how many comments were being sent. Allie said, it's so pretty. Thank you so much, Allie. Dana, good morning. Yeah, Mimi, this is a really nice pattern. I can't ever get enough of this pattern. I just think it's really, really pretty. Let me move this a little bit. I can't see this screen. I kind of rearranged my area here, guys. So this morning I'm kind of shuffling some stuff around as I get more comfortable. But Mama Wheeler and Papa Wheeler and I had a fabulous visit last week. So much fun. Mr. Wheeler came home. We went out to dinner. Of course, we did the live with you guys on Thursday, and they both really enjoyed that. They enjoyed visiting with everybody. So it was a really fun week, but I will tell y'all, I'm tired. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but friends, I am exhausted. I think I went to bed at like 7:30 last night. We were up late visiting. I was working on projects. Um, and so I just am really tired. Work was a really long day yesterday. We had some people out sick. And so not only was I catching up from vacation, but I was covering for other people. And I'm exhausted. So this might be a little more mellow of a week as I try to get back on track here. These baby blankets are kind of a perfect project for me. I'm not having to do a ton of thinking about these or design. I'm just kind of doing my thing. So we'll probably have another day this week where I work on baby blankets. But this particular blanket that I'm making, I have 3 of them here in my lap. I can run through them again in a little bit and show you guys the different yarns that I'm using. But these are all going to be for Rachel's Gift. Rachel's Gift is a nonprofit 501c3. They're based in Georgia. They have they are present in 22 different hospitals across the United States. And basically, what they do is they make what is called a bereavement box. And so they're basically gift boxes that they give to a family when there is a stillbirth or a miscarriage, and the family is there at the hospital, and all of a sudden they are forced with the decisions of, burial and all of the things. And so, along with the blanket that is in the box as kind of a memorial memento blanket, there are some other things in the box as well to help with uh, kind of bereavement plans and decisions that as a parent, you should never have to make, but they are there for that. And so that is what I am making these blankets for. So in the last 4 days, I have made three of these. I just visited with my mom, and as we were crocheting, I was visiting. I was crocheting and working on baby blankets, and she was working on her little cow that she was working on. And so we just kind of visited, and um, it was really enjoyable. So I put links on the link tree to Rachel's gift. Okay, guys. Uh, I recommend, if you want to get involved, make sure you're reading their website of where to send the blankets and the colors that you can use and the sizing. They ask that the blankets be 21 inches. Okay. You can make them up to 24 inches, but they have to be very small in order to sit in the box. They have to be able to fit in the little bereavement box that goes to the hospitals. So, anyhow, like I said, I've made three. I was going to try to make, like, I don't know, 6 or 8 of them. But basically, I can make one blanket in a day, like on a weekend. So we'll see how I progress this week. I might get kind of burnt out on them. I might have to do something else. But for now, that is kind of my plan, is to kind of whip out some of these blankets for um, Rachel's gift and then get them shipped off. So over the weekend, when my mom was here, guys, I worked a lot, and before she got here, I worked a lot on packaging up blankets. So, a lot of you guys have been hanging out with me all year as we've been working on blankets for donation. And I counted up for the first 6 months of the year. A lot of people have asked me, well, how many blankets have you made? And I have made a total of 24 blankets for donation. 24. Mama and Papa Wheeler took 7 veterans blankets with them when they left. They will be going to Arizona to Fort Whipple, is the VA center where my dad spent the last of his days. He was there in hospice, and he was in and out of Fort Whipple for honestly, guys, it was a couple years towards the end that he was in and out of the VA center. And so, anyhow, 7 blankets are going to Fort Whipple with my mom and stepdad. She'll take them and give them to my brother, and then my brother will take them to the VA center. So that I felt pretty accomplished just by getting the 7. Now, for Sabre Healthcare, I've also been making wheelchair size blankets, and the other place I've been making blankets for, I just added was, oh, the Tennessee. Help me, Kelly. What's the name? I'm drawing a blank this morning. Um, for the LBGTQ homeless, the rescue shelter. I've made 4 blankets for the homeless shelter. So that's 10 blankets. And then I've made another 14. Yes, thank you, Launchpad. So I've made 4 blankets for Launchpad, 7 blankets for the VA center, and the rest are all for Sabre Healthcare. And I have a total of 24 blankets in that I've made in the last 6 months. So I'll be getting another donation box here ready to go out. Kelly, I wanted to ask while you're here, can I send the blankets, or do I have to hold them until this fall when they open? Are they, is their address like open year round that I can send my blankets? Do you happen to know? I need to look on their site and see if they're only like taking blankets during certain times. Hey, Nye, good morning. How are you, friend? So, anyhow, I'm just trying to do like some housekeeping and get some stuff cleaned up. And then, Mom and Wayne or Mom and Papa Wheeler were here, uh, for like a week. So I'm just really tired, y'all. I'm trying to get back on track here. I need to catch up on my sleep. Mama and Papa Wheeler are party animals. They like to go, 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 go. I'm a little more of a slow on the couch kind of body. But we had a great visit. We had lots of good eats and fun times. We did a barbecue on the 4th. I had to have a hot dog. I can't have 4th of July without having a hot dog. To me, that just is the epitome of it all. I made some tater salad. So that was a plus. I still have a watermelon that we haven't cut into. I need to get that watermelon going because that's the other thing that I think of when I think of 4th of July, right? Watermelon, fireworks, hot dogs on the grill. We did all those things. So it was just such a great time. We went out to the Chinese buffet one time down in Scottsboro. We really liked that. And what else did we do? We went to the steakhouse Sunday night. They left yesterday, but we went down to the steakhouse and got some good steaks down there and baked potatoes. We did a lot of eating, a lot of visiting, and yeah, I'm wiped out, but it's a good wiped out. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I'm doing a back post double crochet. Sorry, Joan. I'm rambling on and not talking about the stitches, but I'm doing a back post double crochet right now. And this yarn that I'm using, I'm adding on right now the colorway Parcel and Bow. This is a yarn by, I love this yarn, Hobby Lobby. Really, really pretty. So, what I'm doing right now, if we want to pause and recap, I'm doing this blanket a little different. And the reason why is I bought 2 skeins of this yarn a while ago. And the way that I did it, I did the full center in white. Okay. And I don't have enough. When I did this one, I ended up about short about this much yarn. Okay. So about 12 inches I had to take from my next skein. So if we oh, sorry. Yes, Sparky, you're right. It's a half double, back post half double. I do need another vacation, Cheryl. Y'all be patient with me. I'm trying. So what I thought for this next blanket, I'm changing it up a little bit, okay? So instead of doing white all the way out here, I'm actually starting the color a little sooner. So this row right here is a back post half double. That's what this row is right now. So the next row we're going to do is going to be these puff stitches followed by double crochets. Those will all be in the colored yarn. Okay, the Parcel and Bow. Then instead of doing color here, because I don't have as much of the colored yarn, I'm going to do this section in white. Okay, so this section right here in white. Then right here, I'm going to go back and do the color in this smaller section. And then again, a whole bunch of white. And then the ruffle will actually be in the color this time instead of being in the white. So that's kind of what I have in my brain thinking how I can make this work. So basically right now I'm doing a back post half double. In the corners, I'm doing half double, chain 2, half double. And I'm just doing a back post around each of these stitches. Okay. And it really helps this texture to kind of be created when you do these post rows. They're just it really sets it apart. I love the look of this pattern. I think it's really cool. It looks good with all sorts of yarn. I have done it with even a 3-weight. I just adjust my hook to match the size of the yarn. Okay, so today I'm using a 4-weight yarn and I'm using a size I9 hook. The pattern calls for a 6 bulky weight. Yes, Marianne, Mikey is a great teacher. Had I not watched his video, I would not be able to make this. Okay. And there are links to his YouTube tutorial on my link tree along with his written pattern. Okay. So I highly encourage you guys to go check those out if you want um, a video of how to make this. He is a fabulous teacher. I have learned so much from him. For those who don't know, Mikey has really changed like the whole trajectory of my crochet journey. He got me out of my comfort zone. I learned how to do all of these crazy stitches that I have never done before. He is incredible. The pattern is called the Study of Snow. And like I said, there's a written pattern and there's also a YouTube tutorial. This is what the pattern looks like. And I did link it on the link tree in my bio, so you can see that as well. It's a Yarnspirations. It's a free pattern. As I mentioned, he used a 6 super bulky yarn. I feel like this is an underrated pattern for him because when people see this pattern, they automatically assume, oh, I need to do a 6 super bulky. And friends, a lot of us do not like to work with bulky yarn. I am one of them. But when I saw this pattern, and I watched his video, I thought to myself, this would be a really pretty baby blanket. And just even around the house kind of blanket, like on the back of the couch kind of blanket, not with the bulky weight, but with a 4 weight. And as I mentioned, I've used a 3 weight as well. So he has a full written directions. The other thing that is fabulous is he has a diagram, and that's what I work off of. So we will be working off diagrams a lot this week because I think I'm going to do I'm going to do a few more of these blankets. But I highly encourage you to check it out. It's a beautiful pattern. And so where we're at right now, I just finished. Where are my scissors? I can't function without my scissors. So we started in the middle with I did um a magic ring, but he calls for a chain of 4 here with a slip stitch. Either way is fine. Then I did 3 double crochets. So the way you read the diagram, you look at these stitches, you come over here and you match up what it is, and then it tells you. Then we did single crochet, single crochet. That's what the pluses are. Now I just did this row of back post half double. So in the corner, I did half double. See how this has a little loop-de-loo on the bottom of it? If you come over here, it tells you HDC BP, half double crochet back post. The next round we're going to be doing is this row of puff stitches right here. So we're going to have 4 puff stitches. So I'm going to have a chain of 3 with a double crochet in the corner. Now uh, I'm going to do a standing double here in the corner. I'm not going to do a chain of 3, but you certainly could do that. Then we're going to chain 1 and skip 1. We're going to skip this stitch right here. Then we're going to do a puff stitch. How I know this is a puff stitch, again, you come to the legend, see how it says puff stitch? So that's what tells me that. And we're going to have a total of 4 of those. So basically we're going to chain, puff stitch, and so on. And then in the corners, we're going to have 2 double crochets. So here we go. In the corner, I'm going to start with a standing double crochet. Once again, you could do a um, chain of 3 here. Sparky says sometimes a chain of 4. Yes, that is totally fine. However you want to do your start. Some people prefer a stacked single. That is perfectly acceptable as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our hook. I twist it towards me and away from me counterclockwise. I put a little twist here in my yarn. I go into this space. I grab up a loop. So now we have 2 loops on our hook. I yarn over, I pull through the first loop. I do not pull through the second. I'm going to want to keep both these loops on my hook. So the way I do this is I put the tooth of my hook, kind of point it down and away from me, and then I give it a little twist, and that keeps both those loops on my hook. Then I yarn over and pull through both. Then I'm going to do another double crochet, chain 2 for the corners, and 2 double crochets. Okay, now we're going to chain one, and we need to skip a stitch. Now, the first stitch, a lot of times, will remain hidden in the corner here. So what I have to do is I have to pull these stitches back to reveal the hidden stitch. Remember, when you are doing your crocheting, this is the post, the legs of the stitch, okay? The top of that stitch actually sits over here to the right of it. And sometimes in the corner that can get buried, okay? So we're going to chain one, skip one, into the next puff stitch. And the way I do my puff stitch, I yarn over, go down in and grab up a loop, pull it up nice and tall, yarn over, go right back down in, pull up another loop, nice and tall. I do this a total of 3 times. This is number 3. Again, pull this up nice and tall. So we have our starting loop here on the right, 2, 4, 6 loops, total of 7. Now we're going to yarn over and pull through all 7 loops. Chain 1 to lock it in, skip 1, move to the next, and repeat another puff stitch. So again, yarn over, pull this up nice and tall, do not finish. Yarn over, right back down in. Again, grab up another loop. One more time, this is number 3. Again, pull this up nice and tall. Here's our starting loop, 2, 4, 6. When you have a total of 7, yarn over, pull this loop underneath all of these, chain 1 to lock it in, skip 1, again, move to the next. And very important, Jennifer said, I struggle with puff stitches. I used to. And the reason I did is because I didn't pull this up tall enough. So then as I would work this, it would get squished up here, real nice. It would get kind of tight and squished up. So the trick is to make sure you pull this first one up really tight, or not tight, tall. Yarn over, right back down in. Again, grab up a loop and pull it up. Make sure you're pulling it up. And here is number 3. Again, pulling it up. Yarn over, pull through all 7, chain 1 to lock it in, skip 1 into the next, again, puff stitch. So each side of the square is going to have a total of 4 puff stitches. Chain 1 to lock it in, skip 1. Now here we are to the corner. In the corner, we need 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. Okay, so there are all of our little puff stitches there. Really cute. Okay, so now we're going to continue on. We're going to chain 1. Again, skip 1. Remember the skip, I'm skipping this one that's over here to the right. Follow the legs. You have to like sneak that back a little bit. This is the one that's hidden. Into the next here, again, puff stitch. So where I chained that first one, that is what counts as that first stitch. Puff stitch, chain 1 to lock it in, skip 1 into the next, again, puff stitch. 3 yarn overs for this. Chain 1 to lock it in, and again, move to the next. It is kind of cool how it shows how many likes are going off. That's kind of neat, right? This live got 6,700 more likes in the last 5 minutes. That's kind of cool that it shows that. TikTok's doing some new stuff here, friends. It's kind of cool. I kind of like the new thing, but uh, I don't know about the comments. I don't know if we if we need that. Hey, Leah. Good morning. How are you? Leah's going to be going live after I get off today, so I'm excited to watch her. Stephanie said, "Good morning. How was vacation? It was fabulous. Although I know you guys feel like this too. When you go on vacation, and then you feel like you need a vacation from the vacation. I am worn out, y'all. Um, I am just really tired. I think I was in bed by like 7 o'clock last night. Coupled with Mama and Papa Wheeler being here, I was up later than normal. I of course still get up at the same time, so I was up crocheting and um, all the things, all lots of food and fun, and I'm just worn out. I need a vacation from the vacation. And then, of course, trying to catch up at work yesterday after being off for a week. I do work during the week when I'm on vacation. Otherwise, I would come back to way too many emails. I probably get between like 300 and 400 emails a day right now. And so, anyhow, if I didn't tend to those while I was on vacation, my life would just be really, really horrible, more so than it is when I come back normally. So, yeah, the white looks good. So it's pretty, but can it be made using a 4-weight yarn? Yes, I am using a 4-weight yarn. You do not have to use a bulky weight yarn for this pattern at all. I have made it with a 3-weight yarn as well. This is Red Heart Super Saver White, and this is Parcel and Bow Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. Both are 4-weight acrylics, 100% acrylic. So you do not have to make this pattern with the 6 bulky weight. That's why I think the pattern is underrated. It's my personal mission to tell the entire world how fabulous this pattern of Mikey's is, because I think it gets overlooked a lot. But the pattern I'm working on today, friends, if you missed it, is the Study of Snow. Study of Snow. When Mikey made this pattern, he used Bernat Blanket, which is a 6 bulky weight yarn. And he used a size L11 and 8 millimeter hook. You do not have to use that. Oh, my tablet's going to run out of power here. You do not have to use a 6 bulky weight. I am using a 4 medium weight acrylic. Okay, so, and I'm using a size I9 hook. So this pattern is either on the Yarnspirations website or on Mikey's website. It's called the Crochet Crowd. He also has a YouTube tutorial. But Sarah, I have this linked on my link tree. So on TikTok, if you click on the little dog up here, that'll bring up my profile. And there is an HTTPS link tree. Anytime I go live, you can find links to everything that I'm working on today. So you can go back and reference it. So you can follow, and then you don't have to be scrambling to take notes at dark 30 when you're half asleep or trying to get the kids off to school, whatever it is. The link tree just kind of stays with everything that we're doing. But it has a full written pattern. Okay, full written pattern. It also has a diagram as well. And I work from the diagram. Just because that is how I think. I can't read patterns. Okay. So, really, really beautiful pattern. So, right now we are working on the puff stitches. Okay. So, each side is going to have the 4 puffs. When you get done with the last puff stitch, I chained 1. Now, into the corner here, we're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets. But this is a baby blanket that I am making for rachelsgift.org. Also, there are links on the link tree to that website. So you guys could go and check it out. Very small baby blankets. This one is a 21-inch baby blanket that I'm making. It will go into the bereavement boxes that go to the hospitals when a family loses a child due to stillbirth. Infant death, I get choked up when I talk about it. It just is, it really touches my heart. So I think it's a really good organization. It's a nonprofit, and um, they're based in Georgia, but they have a presence in 22 different hospitals across the United States, and they're constantly adding more. Hey, Maggie, good morning. Friends, if somebody could pin Miss Maggie for me. If you all are not following our girl Maggie here, you are missing out. I'm telling you. Give this gal a follow. She is amazing. The yarn that I'm using right now is I love this yarn. Isn't it pretty? Look at that. I love this yarn. It's called Parcel and Bow. Parcel and Bow. Really, really pretty. But Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn. I could see this as a beanie, as a scarf, kind of really pretty, like wintry colors. But I'm using it for a baby blanket. So it is just beautiful. The colors change on their own. It's got yellow and peach and lavender and blue and pink. Really, really pretty. So when you make the blankets for Rachel's gift, they have to be pastel colors and they have to include both pink and blue. In the past, they would do boxes for either a girl or a boy um, at the hospital. But now what they've done is they're changing it and they've made it so that they're all unisex. Okay. So whatever blanket you have that you make, you have to do it with either like a variegated works perfect for this. But I love this yarn, Parcel and Bow. I've made 3 of these so far. I worked on this one on the live with Maggie. I'll remember this one. This one is the Karen 1 pound. And I can't remember what it's called. It's baby something. Baby, I don't remember. But anyhow, it's Karen 1 pound. You can get that one at Yarnspirations. And then I did another one. I've made 3 so far. I'm working on the 4th. I'm on a baby blanket kick. Oh, Hobby Lobby is this week. I should order some more of this. Oh yes, JT, I think you're right. Baby shower. This one right here, this green. I don't know if I like this one as much. I probably will not order more of this, y'all. Um, it feels really green to me. And maybe if you were doing like a green baby blanket, but I'm just not feeling the green in this one. This is what it looks like. This one is Premier Basic Multi. And this is the colorway Lullaby. It is really pretty. Uh, I know, Michael. Unfortunately, even with their beliefs, sometimes for yarn, I have to suck it up. I don't agree with their practices. But unfortunately, nobody else has this yarn. So, and it's not just that you mentioned. They have other beliefs that I don't agree with as well. So, anyhow, let's not get into the Hobby Lobby debate. But so anyhow, this yarn came from Premier. Um, and like I said, it's okay. I like it. I just don't know that I love it. The other one that I got from them that I haven't used yet is this one. Again, Premier Basics Multi. This is Sherbert. Look at this one though. It's pretty. I feel like this one is more like pinks and blues and not so much green. I think this one is going to work a lot nicer instead of this green. But I do have another like partial skein of this. And so I need to, um, I need to use up this yarn. So either way, um, it's going to get used, but I don't think I'll buy it again. So anyhow, those are the 3 colors of the ones that I've made so far. Let me flatten these back out. I really do like the Karen 1 pound. The Karen 1 pound, I really like the pastels in this. But I'm going to go shopping in my closet again. I'm sure there are more baby yarns that I've got in the closet, but I do really like this one the best so far, even though it is from Hobby Lobby. It did get harder. Sparky said it got harder when Joann's closed. Um, so I don't have any big retailers by me other than Wally World. Um, yes, MJ, that is a good point. That is exactly what I'm doing. MJ said, I think if you reverse the white and variegated, like you were doing the current blanket, you would reduce the green. That is exactly how I'm going to do the next one. So anyhow, that is my plan. So our next row here, I need to do some double crochets. Let's look at our diagram so I can make sure I'm doing the right thing here. So we just finished the puff stitches. Now all I'm going to do in the corner here, you can see a chain of 3. I know it's a chain because I come over here to the legend where the little oval is. I can see there's 3 little ovals. So that tells me it's a chain of 3. Then there's like a T with a little hatch mark. Again, come over here, double crochet. So this is a very easy round of just double crochets all the way around. Instead of doing a double crochet, or instead of doing a chain of 3 here, I am going to be doing a standing double. I pull my yarn up, twist my hook counterclockwise and away from me, put a little twist here in my yarn. I go down in, grab up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first one, and then I have 2 loops. I don't want to pull this one through. I actually twist my hook down and around so I can keep both my loops here on my hook and yarn over and pull through both. That is my standing double crochet. Again, if you don't like doing a standing double, you most certainly could do a chain of 3. You could do a stacked single, however you like to do that. Now I'm going to put a double crochet into each of the stitches all the way around. So very easy row. Had the puff stitches, which were kind of a challenge. But now here into the space, I don't try to go in that stitch right there. I just actually go right into this space and double crochet into the top of the puff stitch, double crochet, right in between, double crochet, and again into the puff stitch, double crochet. So just go right in between. It'll make your life a lot easier as you're working that stitch. Yes, this is really, really pretty yarn, this Parcel and Bow. I definitely am going to order some more. I think it is perfect for these little boxes or these blankets I'm doing for the boxes. I love the little colorway. It's soft, it's delicate, and I just really like the look of it. So this colorway I'm using right now is called Parcel and Bow. Parcel and Bow. And I think it would make a beautiful hat and skirt or hat and scarf set as well. Here's our corner, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. And again, resume, double crochet into each stitch all the way around. Very easy row. Now, the next row, I'm going to be switching back to my white yarn. So I'm putting together white and then variegated to create these baby blankets. So I just want it to kind of give a little color, but also have a nice white kind of balance to it. So the very center that we did is white. You can see right here. This is Red Heart Super Saver because I'm fancy that way. Uh, it was so funny. I pulled out the Red Heart Super Saver. I told my mom I need to get another skein out. So I had to go shopping over in the room and the Super Saver motel. Um, and so anyhow, she said, "It's so soft though." She goes, "That's Red Heart?" And I said, "Yeah, it's Red Heart. I keep telling y'all, Red Heart is getting softer." And she goes, "I can't believe that is Red Heart." She was in shock. She didn't believe me. She didn't believe me that it was Red Heart. Yes, the blankets for Rachel's gift have to be uh 21 inches, and the max size is 24 inches. 21, and the max size is 24 inches. Okay. So these ones that I'm doing are 21 inches, almost on the dot. And I've made 3 of them so far. I'm going to try to make like another 3 or 4 of them probably. I can make one in a day. We started this one this morning on the live. So if it's a weekend, I should say. If it's a day that I have to work, then I can't get one done in a day. But it's just a really good organization. I feel like it's a good cause, and they need blankets right now. So if you have the capacity and you have the baby yarn, 21 inches is a pretty small project. And I think most of us have us in it to do a 21-inch baby blanket. And then obviously, you have to pay for the shipping and whatnot. But if you have the means, I certainly think it's a worthwhile cause. Yes, the Red Heart ombre is very rough, Queen. I agree. It's depends on which yarn it is from Red Heart, but their white and their soft white are really nice. They're really nice yarns, I think. And they're economical, right? Okay, so now I'm going to join. I'm not going to join with a slip stitch. I'm going to join with a seamless join here. So the way that I do this, let's talk about this a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and snip off and give myself kind of a long tail. The next round that we have, I pull this out. Okay, so here's my yarn. The next round that we're going to be doing is a back post stitch. When we do the back post, let me put this over to the side here. Okay, so right here, this is where we're at, okay? We just finished our double crochets. These are the double crochets right here. Next, we're going to do a back post. When you do the back post, what happens is it pushes the row of stitches forward. Okay, so basically what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to switch to the white yarn and I'm going to do a back post around all of these stitches. So in your mind, you have to envision this is going to push forward. So when I end over here on the corner, I want this to be really nice and pretty as it pushes forward because I'm not going to be covering up these stitches. They are going to be showing. So what I do is I go ahead and snip off. As I said, I pull my yarn through. Okay, I put my yarn onto my darning needle. I'm going to skip the first stitch right here and I come to the second stitch, the very first one that I did. And I'm going to go under both loops with my darning needle. Okay. And I'm going to pull this through. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this strand and I'm going to basically make like a faux crochet stitch here so it matches the others. So I'm going to go in, this is where we came out of, back in, this is where we left, and I'm going to go down. See how there's a second loop there? I'm going to go under that loop and pull down. Then I'm going to carefully pull this yarn, this is the one we just created, to make it the same size as these other stitches. So it looks really nice and pretty. Okay, that's what we're going for. Then I can go ahead and continue weaving in this tail. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to weave it down and I'm going to go down into my corner stitch here and tuck this in. I don't do knots for this, okay? A knot would be, it would show and it just wouldn't look as pretty. So now I'm going to split these fibers as I'm working across and I'm weaving in this tail from the top. And I'm going to go back and forth like 4 or 5 times until I get this really nice and snug in there so that it will not be coming out. But the key to this is you want that stitch at the top to look really, really nice. So that way when you do the back post, it's going to look fabulous. All right, let's snip this off. We've woven in our tail. So here is the square where we're at now. And again, here is where I just made that stitch. Was that it? Yeah, this was it. You can't even tell, right? I just made this one right here. No knots, very beautiful. Okay. Vicky, have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. So now we're going to work with the white. So let's look back at our pattern here. We just finished this row right here, round number 6. Now I'm going to move to round number 7. You can see here a little oval. Mikey likes to do a chain of 1 before he does his half double. I will tell y'all, I do not do that. So kind of a rule breaker on that. Shauna, good morning. Jeannie, this pattern is the Study of Snow. This is a beautiful pattern by Mikey at the Crochet Crowd. Now, friends, bear in mind, when Mikey did this pattern, he did it with a 6 super bulky yarn. I am using a 4-weight medium worsted acrylic. Okay, I'm using a size I9 hook. So even though he did bulky on his, you do not have to do that. I've actually done this with a 3-weight yarn and I've actually used a G hook. So very small compared to what Mikey has done. But it is a full written pattern. Okay, so you've got all your directions. My printer kind of chopped it off. It's all right. I don't read those anyhow. And he also gave us a diagram. There is also a YouTube video, a tutorial of how to make this pattern. Okay. And I encourage you to check it out. His tutorial is fabulous. I am also live this morning, both on TikTok and on YouTube. So if you're not following me on YouTube, you can. G is a 4, but I don't know what the millimeters are on it. Maybe like a 3 millimeter. Might be a 3.5 Sparky. Don't quote me. I'm not sure. Today I'm using an I9 hook though, a 5.5 millimeter. Okay. So we just finished round 6, which was double crochets. Next, we can see here, Mikey says chain 1, then do a half double in the corner. Okay. This is the corner. When you look at the diagram, you have to remember this is like a slice of the pie. This is 1/4. You have to envision this goes all the way around 4 different quadrants. Okay. So this is the corner. You can see here's the oval. Here's a T. The T is half double. Now, the next stitch is a T with a hatch mark, but it's also got a little loop-de-loo here at the bottom. So when we come down, we can see that is a DCBP, double crochet back post. Double crochet back post. I'm going to work that around each of the stitches, okay? Then in the corner over here, again, half double, and then 2 chains, okay? So that's what tells me how I'm going to do that next. So I'm going to get my white back on my hook. Again, this I'm using is Red Heart Super Saver in the colorway white. I'm using an I9 5.5 millimeter hook. So Mikey says chain 1. I am changing colors here. I'm just going to do a standing half double. I wrap my yarn around once. I go down in, grab up a loop. So we have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3. Chain 2. And now right back down into that corner, half double. Okay, so that's our half double. Now, a lot of people ask me, well, if we're doing half doubles in the corners, why are we doing doubles around the post? And the reason why is when you work a post stitch, what happens is it actually works to be a little shorter because we're not going to be working here in the top. We're actually going to be working down here around the post. So the way I do this, I yarn over, put my work forward. We're going around the back of the post, slide my hook underneath the post, grab up a loop. Now we have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. The variegated yarn is Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn, Parcel and Bow. Parcel and Bow. Isn't it just beautiful? So, so pretty. Hey, Queen, good morning. How are you? Or good afternoon. I see a British flag there. Um, Here we go again. Okay, so you can see that is around the post. Okay. Yarn over, again, right back down in, turn your work forward. Underneath that post, grab up your loop. Again, now we have 3. Yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, put our work forward, grab up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to continue working that the entire way along. So this is a back post double crochet. Hey, Leah, good morning. Friends, if I miss saying good morning, I apologize. I know there's been a lot of comments this morning, and I am trying to do these stitches. Let's see, how many skeins of I love this yarn would it take for a blanket? I did one, it was less than 1 skein, and I mixed it with the white, and I only got 21 inches. They're not very big skeins. They're only like 252 yards. So I depends, Shauna, on how big of a blanket you're going to be doing. For a baby blanket like I'm making, the first one, I had to have 2 skeins. One was not enough. But I'm inverting the colors now, so I'm hoping I can get another baby blanket made with the 2 skeins. So it really depends on what you're making. But a lot of times the pattern that you use will tell you how many yards you need for a particular color. So, for example, with Mikey's pattern, he tells you approximate 68 centimeters, and he tells us 8 balls. Of course, that doesn't really apply to this pattern because we're using a 4 weight, so it's kind of like an unknown. But again, it depends on how big you're doing. If you're doing 21 inches like I am, I needed 2 with the white. If you're going even bigger than that, you would need even more. So it's really hard to say when you start changing up the patterns. I'm sorry. I'm not much help, am I? Okay, so here is our back post. Can you see how that row of texture is popping forward? Really, really pretty. Really pretty. And it's kind of given it this framework here for the colored yarn. Okay, so here we are to the corner. We need a half double, chain 2, and half double. So once again, the double crochet, because it's worked around the post, it ends up sitting a little shorter to the actual stitches. That's why we do the half double in the corner. Okay, so here we go again. Becky said, "You're so good at explaining the stitches." Oh, thank you, Becky. If you are new to my channel, I've seen a number of, oh my gosh, I got a puzzle. Thank goodness I looked up. Oh, it didn't work. We almost got cut off, you guys. That was just in time. Oh my gosh. Looks like we've had 26 new followers today. So, welcome in to my channel. My name is April, and I say it's my channel, but I will tell y'all, it is about all of us that are here hanging out every day, not just me. But if you are new here, my name is April, and I am just a hobby crocheter. I come on and kind of show you guys the different things that I'm doing, and my live schedule is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings at 7:30 Central, and I just try to explain the stitches, how they work in my brain. So I kind of show them, the very basics of how I first wrapped my brain around putting the stitches together, I guess. Of course, now today I do them a little different. I don't put my work forward. You can see I'm just kind of going in and out. So after you get some practice with it, it'll come more naturally. Some people might be able just to go in and out like I'm doing like this and be able to do those stitches. But when I first was learning, I physically had to like wrap my yarn, put my work forward, figure out where the post was, right? Slide my hook under, grab up a loop. That is literally how I learned um, to do this stitch. Oh, you're fine, Leah. Everybody calls me Wheeler. It's totally fine. You can call me April. You can call me Wheeler. Whatever makes it easier for you. It's fine either way. Wheeler is my nickname because I'm Mrs. Wheeler. My husband is Mr. Wheeler. I will as soon as I'm done this wedding blanket for a friend. It's a queen size. Wow, nice. So anyhow, welcome in everybody. My mom and stepdad were here last week on vacation. They were passing through to Arizona, so I apologize, guys. I'm a little tired. It has been a long week, but guys, the other thing is this is quite momentous for me. Some of y'all saw the video. On July 5th, this last Saturday, was my 1 year anniversary of going live on TikTok. I never in my wildest dreams, when I first went on, did I think I was going to last 5 minutes, let alone be coming back and seeing y'all a year later. That is absolutely mind blowing to me. So, what I did is I made a little celebration video to commemorate our 1 year anniversary of going live. I will tell you this: had it not be had it not been for each and every one of you that was so kind to me that first day, I was making scrubbies. I was making facial rounds. So many of you were here that first day, and you gave me lots of love and whatnot. And so I said, okay, I think I could come back again. And so then I came back and again, and then again, and then again. And all of a sudden, it's been a whole year. I feel like I blinked and it's been a year. Anyhow, as a celebration of that 1 year, I'm giving away a set of Clover Amore hooks. What you have to do is you have to go to that video I made, the anniversary video, like it and comment it, and you got to be following, okay? And on the 10th, it'll cut off. I think I said on there the 11th, we'll do the giveaway. I will do it as a video though, okay? So I'm going to use the comment picker. You can write multiple comments, but only one is going to be counted. Okay, so we'll use the comment picker and it'll randomly pick a comment, and that will be the winner of the Clover Amore hooks. But I put a little picture in that video. If you watch it through, you can see. If you're out of country, I don't care. I will pay to get it to you. All right. So if all you have to be is a follower, and I appreciate all of the follows. So in the first year, we reached 16,000 followers in our first year of going live, which is absolutely amazing. This is not a giveaway for YouTube. YouTubers, I'm sorry, you got to be over on TikTok. This is our TikTok 1 year anniversary celebration. Okay, so again, find the anniversary video, like it, comment on it, and be following. All right, so I appreciate each and every one of you for following and sticking with me and encouraging me. At the very beginning, I don't think Amy is here this morning, but sweet Amy, who's over in Georgia, I was struggling with, I kept getting like pop-ups that it was like restricted for this and restricted for that because I didn't have disclosures on. Now I put my disclosures on all the time, but you guys made my life so much easier because you helped me with all of that. And so it's just my little way of saying thank you and hanging out. It's so much fun. So I really appreciate y'all. And every day we have new people coming along. I have to give a shout out to Sparky this morning. Sparky's on the live this morning. She posted a video that I watched, and she just was commenting on how fabulous the crochet community is on TikTok and the amount of support that she has felt and learning new stitches, and just how appreciative she is of being part of the crochet community, and how you guys have like brightened her life. I feel the same, and I know so many of us feel like that. It's really a fabulous community. So I come on, I work full time, but I just try to come on and be supportive and pay it forward and share different patterns and just, be part of it, be part of the crochet world. Okay. So just finished that round. The pattern that I'm working on today is the Study of Snow Blanket. Now, I really believe this is an underrated pattern by the crochet crowd. Mikey does beautiful, beautiful work. When he made this pattern, he did this with Bernat blanket. And that is a 6 super bulky yarn. A lot of us do not like to work with a super bulky yarn. And that's why I think this pattern is underrated, because a lot of us pass it by because we say, I'm not doing burnout blanket. I'm not working with the bulky. Some people like it, but I think a lot of people don't. I'm one of those. When I saw this pattern and I watched Mikey's tutorial, I said to myself, I'm not going to do bulky. I'm going to try this with a 4 weight. And I did just that. So today we are using a 4 weight acrylic. I am actually making a baby blanket today, and this is going to be for Rachel's Gift. Rachel's Gift is a nonprofit organization based in Georgia. They give bereavement boxes to families who have lost a child at birth, either due to stillborn or miscarriage. And it has pamphlets in it of helping to make arrangements. And a baby blanket is included in the box as part of the memento. And so that is what I'm making. They're very small. This blanket is 21 inches. I have made 3 of them in the last 4 days, and I'm working on a 4th now. So I will tell y'all, For the next week or so, we're going to be doing baby blankets because Rachel's gift needs baby blankets. But there is a link on the link tree to both the video and the written pattern of the Study of Snow if you wish to make this. Now, for Rachel's gift, you can make any pattern that you want for a baby blanket. It has to be pastel colors. It has to include both blue and pink. And the reason why is because the boxes are was it unisex where they can give them to either one? It'll either go to a boy family or a girl family, okay? So they don't separate them. Before they used to have pink boxes and blue boxes. Now you just do variegated and it'll go to either or. So that way the hospital doesn't have to stock as many boxes, okay? But Mikey has a full written pattern. He also has a diagram, which is what I'm following this morning. And there is a YouTube tutorial as well. Okay. And all of that is linked on my link tree. Friends, thank you all so much for the likes this morning. 100,000 likes. That is incredible. And my cheers button is not working. How can I function without my cheers button? Probably because when I bought my cheers button, it came without a back. So then I did the next best thing. I put tape on it rather than try to return it. So anyhow, 100,000 likes. Thank you all so much for all of the likes this morning. Y'all are amazing. All those taps. Tippity tap, tap, tap. Okay. So we just finished the back post double crochet right here. Now this next row number 8, gets a kind of complicated for folks. Okay. I'm going to try my very best to explain this row so that it'll hopefully make sense. But this is where some folks get tripped up on this pattern. So what we're going to do, you can see right here, this 3 little ovals is a chain of 3. I know this because I come over here to the diagram. Instead of a chain of 3, I'm going to do a standing double crochet. Okay. Next, we're going to skip a stitch. Do you see how this stitch right here doesn't have anything above it? There's nothing going into that stitch. We're going to skip one. Into the next, we're going to make a double crochet. We're going to make this stitch right here. I know that's a double crochet because I come over here against the legend. Here's the T with the little hatch mark. Okay, so double crochet, skip one, into the next, double crochet. Then we're going to chain one. The chain one sits directly above that stitch that we skipped. And then we're going to do another double crochet and we're going to work this double crochet back into the corner. Okay. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to skip 2. 1, 2. Into the third, I'm going to make the next crisscross. So I'm going to double crochet, chain 1. Again, the chain 1 sits directly over that center stitch. Then I'm going to double crochet into the first stitch that I skipped. Okay, so that is how we're going to work this. And like I said, this is kind of a complicated row. People get confused on this row. So let's work it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to have a total of 7 crisscrosses. Okay, here we go. In the corner. Hey, Stacy, good morning. The variegated yarn, friends, is called Parcel and Bow. This color right here, Parcel and Bow. Parcel and Bow. I love this yarn, Hobby Lobby. Cracking myself up over here. I almost said a bad word there. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pull my yarn up to about the height of a double crochet. I twist my hook towards me and away from me counterclockwise, and I put a little twist here in my yarn. I go into the space, draw up a loop. So now I have 2. Yarn over, pull through the first one. Now I don't pull this under this, and the reason why is I need to keep both these loops on my hook. I pull my hook down and twist it kind of away and bring it back forward. And so I keep both those loops on my hook, and then I yarn over and pull through 2. Chain 2. Again, if you don't like doing a standing double, go ahead, do your chain of 3 there. Stacked single is totally fine, however you like to do that. Okay, here we go. Double crochet. Now, once again, I'm going to skip 1 into the next, double crochet, chain 1. The chain 1 counts as the one that I skipped, okay? Now I'm going to do a double crochet and I'm going to work it at an angle back this way. I yarn over, I put my work forward, and I go into the corner space and draw up a loop. So now I have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So that is a crisscross. Again, skip 2 into the third, double crochet, chain 1. This chain of 1 counts as this stitch right here. So now I'm going to work a double crochet into this stitch right here, and I work this from the back. Yarn over, put my work forward, go under both loops, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So again, another crisscross. Now these 2 stitches are independent of each other. So one of the reasons why this stitch gets confused a lot is there is another way to make crisscrosses, and sometimes people make it that way. Okay, so we could try that as well, and I'll show you the difference. Skip 2 into the third, double crochet, chain 1. Now, sometimes people will work from the front. Okay, so you could do that. Bring a yarn over, bring my work forward, and go under those 2 loops, and then yarn over. Now we have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So if you wish to work it from the front, skip 2, again into the third, double crochet, chain 1. That chain 1 counts as the middle stitch. Now I'm going to work into this one, yarn over, again through the front. Again, you can't go around that stitch. You have to go in front of it. Grab up a loop. Now we have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so if you wish to go through the front, you can do your crisscrosses this way. They just go a different direction. I prefer the look of how they look from the back. I feel like the stitches are more defined. Now, the other way that people like to do this stitch, and I do this sometimes, I do it a lot for like Baby Kate's Blessing Blanket by Tiffany at Daisy Farm. Skip 2 into the third, double crochet, chain 1. Now I'm going to skip this one because this one counts as the chain. Into the very first one, we're going to do our double crochet. So yarn over, go all the way through, pull up a loop. Now we have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So a lot of people will do it this way where they're actually, the stitches are encased. Okay, it's enclosed. They actually wrap around each other. Versus the first way, they're actually independent. Okay, they're not enclosed. You can see there's like space in between them. So that is another way you potentially could do this if you are struggling with the other way. Okay, but I'm going to rip all this back out. We're going to frog this, ribbit, 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 and we're going to continue the way that I'm doing it for this pattern. Hey Shan, good morning. So again, skip 2 into the third, double crochet, chain 1 counts as this one here. I hold my fingers here so I know where I'm going to be working into this stitch right here. Yarn over, put my work forward, slide underneath those 2 loops, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. I see the little Rip-It stickers there, our little 4th of July frog. Did you all see that I made the stud muffin sticker for the chicken that y'all were asking for. He's awfully quiet this morning, Mr. Stud Muffin. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe he's worn out too after Mama Wheeler has been here. Yes, this a blanket is a repeating blanket for Naz. So when you look at the diagram, basically I started right here. I'm currently working on row 8. I still have 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. 13 is the same as row number 4. So see how it has this arrow? So once I'm done with 13, then I'm going to repeat, and I just keep repeating this over and over again. That's one of the things I really love about this blanket. So if we look at the finished one, row 13 is right here. And this is where it repeats. See how there's puff stitch right here? This puff stitch, see how that's the repeat? And then if we look at it even taller, see how this and this are the same? Because that's repeating. Now, instead of doing another row of puff stitches, instead I added a ruffle border on this. But I would have kept going if I wanted it bigger. Okay, so that's how the pattern works. So you just basically keep repeating that over and over again until you get it as big as you want it. Hannah said, I hate patterns without diagrams now. There you go. There's Mr. Stud Muffin. Isn't he cute? I'm watching and working and started to type ribbit. I do that too. Diesel did enjoy visiting his grandparents, Cheryl. Uh, yeah, he knows because we can call him out now. That's exactly right. Where did my crochet hook go? I've lost my hook. There it is. Found it. Hey, Tiny Hands. Welcome in. Red Lady, good morning. Sorry I didn't get to say good morning earlier. Friends, I hope everybody's having a fabulous week. If you're just joining on, Mama and Papa Wheeler and I, and Mr. Wheeler too, we had a fabulous week. We went to the Mennonite market. We got produce. Mama Wheeler made fried green tomatoes, which I always make. I make her make when she's here. And oh my gosh, the sweet corn that we got at the Mennonite market was so good. It was so, so good. We did hot dogs on the grill and chicken, and we did all the 4th of July stuff. Shay, have a great day. Thanks for hanging out. Texas Whiskey. Appreciate you. Let's see. Love the pattern. Can you please share the info? Absolutely. So we just had a fabulous time, but I'll tell y'all, I am exhausted. Cheryl, thank you so much for the heart me and becoming the 132nd member of the fan club. This is the pattern, Bernat Study of Snow. This is a free pattern by Mikey at the Crochet Crowd. There are links on the link tree, both to the written pattern and also the YouTube tutorial, but it is a fabulous pattern. Now, he made this pattern with a 6 bulky weight, super bulky actually. I am using a 4 medium weight, and I'm using an I9 hook. Okay, so I'm going smaller with mine just because it says it has a to use a 6 bulky. You don't have to. I've used a 3 weight as well. One second here. Let me reset up the gift goal. Thank you, everybody, so much for all of the gifts this morning and all the screen taps. We're almost to 150,000 likes this morning. Y'all are amazing. So, the white yarn that I'm using is Red Heart Super Saver in the colorway white. I do want to get some Hobby Lobby probably to match, but I haven't gotten around to doing that. I might place an order today if I have time. The yarn I'm using for the color is I love this yarn, and it is the colorway Parcel and Bow. Parcel and Bow, really beautiful yarn. You can see it worked up there. Really, really pretty. So it has the pinks and blues and everything. Paloma asked a great question. For the other baby blankets that you're doing, will you be using the same pattern? I think I will be, Paloma. I really like this pattern, and I love how it worked up with the textures. I think it's going to look really pretty in the boxes. And so I think I'm going to stick with this pattern. Um, I really love this pattern. I'm sure you guys are like, stop saying that. I can't help myself. I do. I love the pattern. I just think it's beautiful. And I feel like it's so great for baby blankets. So I don't know, like if I think about like a corner to corner or something, it wouldn't have as many fun textures. Um, I just dig it. I think it's really pretty. Now, I thought about doing the other pattern that Maggie is doing. Um, Pam started that pattern. I can't remember what it's called. Help me out. You all know what it's called. But that one has too many holes for a baby blanket. I think I would have to like totally modify it. Wheeler, try the Briar Rose blanket. What is the Briar Rose blanket, Hannah? Who made that? Isn't the Briar Rose by I can't do the Briar Rose because that's a pay pattern, is it not? Briar Rose is Hooked on Sunshine, yeah? Yeah, the Grace blanket has too many holes. I could try to modify the Grace blanket. I mean, do you guys want me to try to modify the Grace blanket? Would you like me to do that? Because I totally could do that. Hooked by Sunshine is free on her website. It is? I honestly, for this situation, the holes wouldn't matter, sadly. That is true, Sparky. Um, let's try it. Like I said, I'm going to be making baby blankets, so I let's try first to modify the Grace blanket because that has been on my to-do list anyhow. There's just one part of that blanket where it has those skipped stitches that I don't like. I don't like how that looks, particularly for a baby blanket. Nick said, new follower from New Zealand, beginner crocheter gal making blankets for elderly. Well, that is so nice, Nick and Kai. Thank you for being here from New Zealand. I'm making baby blankets for donation right now. I make a lot of donation blankets, though. Free on website, free on Waverly. I'll have to look at the Briar Rose because I really thought that that one was a pay. But let me check it out, Hannah. Hannah, will you DM me with what it is? Please, if you can, because I have the attention span of a squirrel right now. I'll tell you, I've got so much going on in my brain. Okay, here we are to the corner, double crochet, chain two, double crochet. Um, for the if you want to make blankets for Rachel's gift, okay, Rachel's gift, friends, that's what I'm making this baby blanket for. They have to have both red and blue in the yarn, okay? If you're making this for any baby, just for a family, you could do any yarn that you want. But for me, the blanket that I'm doing, it has to have red or excuse me, pink or blue because it will be going to either a family of a boy or a girl, okay? Briar Rose is a paid pattern. Yeah, if it's a paid pattern, I can't do that on the live. That would just I respect intellectual property, so I wouldn't want to do that. Okay, skip one into the next double crochet. Now remember, this one is the odd one where we're going to be working back into the corner. Chain one. The chain one counts as this stitch right here. Now I'm going to work my double crochet back into the corner. So put my work forward, right into the corner space, draw up a loop. Now we have three, yarn over, pull through two, and yarn over, pull through two. No, it's all good. It's all good, Hannah. Don't worry. Carrie said, now I have my first blanket ever done and gifted. I've decided to make blankets for my local dog pound. Oh, Carrie, that is awesome. I love that crocheters just really give back to the community. I think that's really cool. Paloma says, how do you package the blankets for Rachel's gift when you send them? Tissue paper or in a plastic bag? I will put them in a plastic bag just because I have plastic bags on hand. I think they take them out of the bags and put them in the box, but I don't know for sure. If you're on Facebook, you could look up Rachel's gift and she has a video that actually shows the box, but I couldn't find one on the website. Like I said, if you are on Facebook or if you're on the Discord, I shared that link as well. I know some people are not on um, Facebook, but they do have a cool little video that she made that she showed how the box is constructed and everything and what goes into the box. Grace Blanket is a free blanket on her store and in Ravelry. Yeah, I think I'm going to try the Grace Blanket. I'm going to have to modify it though, because there's one part of that blanket. I don't know. I just don't like it's the part, you guys know where they do the double crochet. So it's like double crochet, skip one, and then double crochet. So it makes kind of a big space there. We'll just modify that, I think. I don't know. I have to look at it and see. I need to print it out today and take a look at it. I know that one does have a diagram as well, so I do like when they have diagrams, but I think it would be pretty as a baby blanket. It just needs some tweaks in order to make that happen. Um, Jocelyn said, "Your voice is so peaceful." Oh, thank you so much, Jocelyn. I appreciate that. I'm just a hobby crocheter. My name is April, if you're new to the channel. And we just celebrated our 1 year anniversary of going live. Yes, Paloma, it is the same Grace blanket that Maggie is making. The one she's using the banana colored yarn for. That's the Grace blanket. The green and yellow one that she's making for her couch. She made one for Cap that was a different pattern with that yarn. Same pattern is the one I've been thinking about for a baby blanket. Um, so I don't know. I have to look at that. The other thing is I don't really like the very center of that blanket, how there's the puff stitches. So I think I would have to modify that because I like it when the center is kind of more flat like this. And then the texture radiates out from that. That one has like puff stitches in the middle. And so I have to assess that. I might have to modify that too. Um, let's see. Angela said, "I'm lost on this row. Sorry." I know, Angela. This row is really complicated. And honestly, if you watch Mikey and his YouTube tutorial, um, it'll help to make more sense. But basically, we're doing crisscross double crochets. But the crisscrosses, you can see right here, they actually get a chain in between. And I would say this, if you can't figure out how to do these crisscrosses the way that he has them written, you could still do them a different way that probably is easier and makes more sense. So the way that he has us doing them is he skips 2. Into the 3rd, we do a double crochet. So what that does is it pulls that stitch back this way, okay? Then we chain 1. Because this is pulling this direction, what happens is this chain 1 that we just did aligns with this chain space right here that we skipped. Okay, so you have to in your mind envision that chain is going to go over top of that stitch. This is the first stitch that we skipped right here. Okay, so I kind of put my fingers here. I wrap my yarn around. We're going to do a double crochet. So I put my work forward and I go under both of those loops and draw up a loop. So again, here we have 3 loops, and then I yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So what that does is it allows these stitches to be independent of each other and not encased in each other. The other way you could do this, if you're just struggling with this, skip 2, into the 3rd, do your double crochet. Again, that's pulling that direction. We still need to chain 1 here. Okay, this chain 1 is this stitch. Now we're going to go into this stitch. This is an alternate, okay, in case you can't figure out how to do these other crisscrosses. Yarn over, go to the front, go under both those loops, but push through all the way to the other side. Grab up your loop. So now we have 3. yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So what this does is it still makes a crisscrossed stitch, but the difference is this first stitch that we did is actually encased in this second stitch. So whereas these are like independent of each other, see how this one wraps around inside that? That is the other option that you could do for this. Okay, so here's an alternative one more time. Skip 2 into the third, double crochet, still chain 1. That chain 1 is this stitch here. Wrap our yarn around, go to the front, go under both those loops. See how this is wrapping around this? Grab up a loop. So now we have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So that is your other way you could do your crisscrosses. It just makes them a little tighter, but it still would work for this blanket. So don't count yourself out if you can't figure out this part of it. Okay. Definitely, give yourself another option if you wish. Okay, so skip 2 into the third. This is the way that he calls for it to be done. Double crochet, chain 1. Again, the chain 1 is this stitch right here. Very first stitch that I skipped, this one, I'm going to work a double crochet from the back. Yarn over, I put my work forward. See, when I put my work forward, I'm pushing this stitch out of the way. So I'm not going around it. It's acting independent of that. Go under both loops, draw up a loop. So now we have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Now you could also do this from the front. So we could skip 2 into the third, double crochet, chain 1. Again, the chain 1 counts as that stitch. Here we have the first stitch that we skipped. So if you want to work it from the front, you yarn over, again, go under both those loops, but don't go all the way through. You have to sneak it up in between. Yarn over, pull up a loop. So now we have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So again, those stitches are independent of each other. They're not enclosed. It goes the other direction. You could also do that. I just find it easier to work from the back than the front. But that is another way you could work it. Okay. And if you don't like any of the crisscrosses, you could totally change something else up there and rebel it up completely. Just make sure your stitch counts work, accurately. Gosh, is it almost time? What time is it? Have I lost all track of time? JT, have a great day. Thanks for hanging out today. Sorry I missed your live the other night, JT. I'll be honest. Was it last night you were on? I got an alert this morning. I was already in bed. I was so tired. I was wiped out. I was so exhausted. I'm still exhausted. I need a vacation from my vacation. We had so much time. Oh, 9:12. Okay, perfect. I want to try to get through this row before the end. So, anyhow, next, we're going to be working our last crisscross here into the corner. So I'm going to reach all the way to the corner and double crochet, chain 1. Again, this is pulling back this way. So the chain 1 lines up with this stitch right here. I'm going to put my double crochet into the first stitch that we skipped. Yarn over, put my work forward, go under both loops, grab up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So again, we should have 7 crisscrosses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I didn't count this side. Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's right. Now into the corner, double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet. Skip 1 into the next, double crochet, chain 1. Chain 1 counts as this stitch here. Friends, for those that are just hopping on, we are doing a subscriber, so or not a subscriber, not a subscriber, a 1 year anniversary celebration. Okay. I posted a video on my TikTok. This is a giveaway for TikTok only, not YouTube. What you need to do is go to the anniversary video, make a comment on the video in order to be entered. Like and comment, and I will use a random comment picker to select a winner. Okay. You do have to be following. You do not have to be a subscriber. This is a follower giveaway. We have been live on TikTok now for 1 year. The 5th was my 1 year anniversary. I'm giving away a set of Clover Amour hooks. You can see them in the video, just as a way to say thank you to all of everybody who has followed and supported me this past year and encouraged and, been kind to others and just hung out. And yes, Hannah, international. If you win, I will figure out the shipping and I will ship it to you. So if you're in Canada, I don't care where you are. If you're following me and you have loved and supported me over the past year and you go and like and um, write a comment on that video on the comment picker. If you're the winner, I will figure out where to ship it to you. All right. It may cost me a small fortune, but I don't care. You guys have been an important part of my life, our international friends as well. We have people who watch from all over. So if you are the winner, you will get it. Uh, Not the ones that Maggie uses. There's a picture of them in the video. Maggie does use clover hooks. These are the ones that are knife hold, not pencil. Okay. There's a picture of them in the video, the set that I'm giving away. It's like a 46 dollar value or something. Okay. It's just my way of saying thank you. I'm not sponsored or anything, guys. I'm just saying thank you to all of you that have supported me over the last year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so be sure and like that video. Guys, normally I reply to all the comments on videos. If you comment on a video, I reply to you. However, with the and Maggie said, I use Clover Soft Touch. The Amore are colored handles. Yes, that's the ones. Good for knife or pencil hold. That is what it is. Okay. From the Amazon. But if you're international, I will buy them and I will ship them to you international. If you're in Canada, if you're in New Zealand, I don't care where you are. So go and like that video. You all, as long as you're following, that's the caveat. Okay. So like and follow and comment. Okay. And the when I'm going to pick and everything is listed on there. Let's see. Paloma said my dog chewed 2 of my ergonomic hooks. Oh no. I don't use the clover hooks, but I know they're very popular. And so I thought it would be a good way to say thank you for, the year of support. I am in Northeast Alabama. I'm in Northeast Alabama. Hey, Cassie. Cassie's in Australia. We have a lot of people that watch from Australia and New Zealand and Canada. Hannah's in France. We have a lot of people from the UK that watch as well. Paloma, my dog, little Diesel, he chewed up one of my metal hooks. And it was one of my favorite hooks. One of my favorite hooks. I don't know how he could chew up aluminum, but he did. Anyhow, friends, this is the pattern I'm doing today. Okay. Uh, I'm sorry. I don't know how to say your handle. Naali, is it Naali? I'm sorry that I'm sure I'm really messing that up. Is in Canada. Grandma Crochet Sharon is in Canada. Linda said you're awesome. Oh, thank you, Linda. I just want to pay it forward and say thank you to everybody. So I'll be announcing it all week. Naali, I got it right. How about that? I'm proud of myself. Very cool. The pattern today is Study of Snow. I'm kind of on a baby blanket kick right now, guys. So you're going to be seeing more of these. The yarn that's the variegated I'm using is I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. And it is Parcel and Bow. Okay, Parcel and Bow. I'm wrapping up the live here. I've got to run to the convenience store, y'all. I have to go get a monster before work. Okay, so I'm going to be signing off here. But I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. Also, for the subscriber celebration for the month of July, because everybody liked the cinnamon swirl cake so much in June, how do we feel about 4 more cinnamon swirl cakes for the month of July for all of the subscribers? Does anybody have an opinion or a thought on that? Karina, I got to get something because I'm dragging, you know what, today. I after Mama Wheeler left, I am just so tired. I think I get like a strawberry one. It's a pink can. Sometimes I'll get the orange one, but I'm not feeling that. The sugar-free ones, I gotta go get a Monster. Jessica Marie. Okay, subscribers, you like that? For the Karen cakes for the month of July, I got Just a Gen X's sent off to her. Uh, Jennifer said I'm getting a Monster on my lunch. Yeah, I feel like I have to do that. Kelly's already had a Red Bull this morning. This is I love this yarn. For those that are asking, Parcel and Bow. Okay, good. I'm glad you all are feeling that. So we'll announce that more as we go along. Um, Strawberry Dreams. That might be the one that is that in a pink can. That might be the one that I have that I get. It's sugar free. Yeah, we love the same monsters here. Oh, nice, nice. Parcel and Bow for this colorway. So, friends, thanks everybody for hanging out today. 175,000 likes. How about that? Thank you all so much for all of the screen taps. A shout out to our moderators, Gen X, Anvil, Pam, and also Leapin' Llamas. Very, very cool. Thanks everybody for being here today. I hope you've enjoyed the baby blanket. I'm sure I'll work on it some more tonight after work and I can show you guys the progress that I've made. But I hope everybody has a fabulous day. I hope everybody has a terrific Tuesday. And I will see you all tomorrow. I don't know what I'm working on tomorrow. Everything's a jumble right now. So y'all will have to be surprised. Bye for now.